from Caps as
Flexerino
coming back for impact.
I was dismissing it, and there it goes. They actually end up with the Tryndamere in the hands of JoJo. I think this is actually a good matchup for the Tryndamere, which is why they might have flexed it early on. The Sylas is a champion that's early lane phase is not particularly aggressive, and that's why you pick it into TF, because you actually get to scale against the TF to get 6 and get that. In this case, again, Tryndamere is a similar situation where he mostly wants to farm up a little bit early on, but should be able to get prio and win just like straight smack each other trades. Yeah, undefeated through the game so far. When you're sitting at 6-0, most of your players are probably playing pretty good.
Certainly so. Obviously, I think Caps has been having the obvious performance. He's like continued his run of form since G2's run to get to this point through the LEC. And this you love to see. Level 1, everyone's stacked up. JoJo's trying to bait in mid lane, and everyone's trying to find someone else. Unfortunately, we're not going to have 10 champions run at each other because they went the wrong way.
Unfortunately, they are indeed went to the different parts of the map. This is always the awkward part, though. So the reason fan defense is very popular is because you always get a little bit of information.
Yes.
Because you have someone on every point, you're going to see them somewhere, and that will let you know what's going on. When you do these kind of double grouped ups, neither team really knows who the other one is, and so suddenly you're scared, like, what if they're in our jungle? What if they went here? And so you're going to see them continue to move as a 5-man for kind of both teams. You see this 4-man by EG actually swapping sides to go for this. We're going to have a little fun now because this is the problem. You don't know where they went. Oh, they just went for...
I was ready. I was so excited.
I was ready for the red buff contest, the late invade red buff contest. Not the case.
Sad.
Both teams just make sure that they are in an okay spot. Start their red buffs off, and it looks like a top to bot clear actually for both of them. Yanko's running across map to get to his blue.
Yeah, there's one little ward there for EG.
Game's over. JoJo got the spin off.
Let's go! So far, so good.
So far, so good. So a couple interesting matchups to watch. I think the mid lane will be the most interesting one, both for the narrative that we've been following this tournament thus far. You heard in the interview earlier today where Caps was talking about JoJo, thinking that he hasn't thought too much of him so far, but admitted that the games have not been super interactive necessarily. And this will be one where they're going to hit each other a lot more than they've been doing.
Certainly so. Tagama's taking some damage. Volcano wanting to go to Flak. It does get the stun down at level 1. Danny, though, is going to be forced to flash away. Ignite's still there for Vulcan, but not going to pull the trigger just yet. Flaky gives him the thumbs up in that 2v2.
Yeah, Triss level 1, level 2 is extremely strong and actually can surprise a lot of people. We saw it early in the tournament, the first blood. And so they're going to race to 2. The push is also very good, but already losing his flash is not ideal. They're going to back off the wave.
Used it to try a fight. Could have been good, but unfortunately Danik just had to use it defensively in the trade, so not going to have it. But Jankos' potential visit and is pathing top to bot.
So good play there by G2. Back off the wave when they're actually in kill threat to get the flash out of Danny early on, who stayed around for one too many autos. And now with Jankos making his way down, Danny has decided to go up, put the early ward in river, knowing, all right, I'm a little dangerous right now.
Halo Blade's Trist as well, so definitely has some early laning intentions with those trades. Looks like Yanko's still going to be just fine, picking up this red buff. We'll see if he wants to have a visit or if he just wants to keep on clearing. I think Flacken and Tagamas, especially in this kind of lane, like very defensive, right? Cleanse and exhaust your summon the spells. You're not really playing to contest the 2v2, you're playing to just be safe.
No, absolutely. I mean, you can punish them when they make a mistake like that, or when comboing with your jungler. You know, obviously, Rakan is great for setup. But if played correctly, this should be a matchup that EG are able to push in over and over again. They have the wave clear as well as the execute stack. You're going to be able to clean that one up pretty quickly.
Level 4 Caps, spinning on the wave. A little bit of AoE there from the old Sylas, so getting that wave pushing in the right direction. As Broken Blade and Impact doing battle. Impact looking good so far, but we'll see how the matchup plays out as they lane a little bit longer.
Yep. GP versus Gnar is an interesting one. There's been a couple of matchups that have evolved over time. For a while, it was like Gnar was the counter pick into GP. As well, like back in the day, Gnar used to be a counter pick into Rumble, and then as people learn the matchup more and more, the meta shifts a little bit. Those actually become matchups favored. So the GP now actually can do quite well into Gnar.
Danny not going to pull the trigger on the jump just yet. Wants to fight, gets exhausted. Yanko's now here and they know it. Danny going to have to try and find the rocket jump, though. It's going to be dodged, and it's first blood for Jankos.
Targamas with a big brain, knowing Danny's going to want to jump on him because there's no way they're going to get out. Ends up hopping away, stays safe, gets that first blood. Whew. Caps knows he's not in death range. Just kind of taunting him with that recall there.
Yeah, teleport as well for Caps versus Flash. Goes to JoJo, so Caps doesn't have to worry unless his recall continually gets cancelled. He is going to get away now. Impact with a nice little barrel there onto Broken Blade. As JoJo's going to take his recall timing now. Does have to manually get back as Caps TP's in. Just barely got the cannon, I think.
That was a close call, but Caps is just so good. You know, he probably mathed that one out. Knew exactly how long that was going to take. Gets that cannon.
He's in the lab. He knows the timings.
He's practiced that one in practice tool. But yeah, so far, good start to the game again for G2, finding the advantages in the bot lane. That's been the consistent threat outside of Game 3. The mistake by Danny losing his flash is instantly punished. They knew this was going to happen, but with the wave pushed up, it's just too far to really escape, even with that ward going to spot out Jankos. Being able to stealth into the river gives him the angle. And so at that point, your way out is the only option, and Targamas was aware of that and made sure that he was not able to get exploded.
Yep. With a coincidence or design, very nice position there for G2 where the wave was. And a rightful punish there for Jankos as they get another first blood. 7-0 now, I believe, is the first blood rate for G2 so far in MSI.
And Targamas involved with 5 out of 7 now to keep up with the analyst death stats. So, yeah, Targamas has really put his stamp on this tournament as a young player.
It's not very fair to pair the first blood King Jankos with the first blood Prince in Targamas. That feels like...
There's going to be a lot of first bloods for them this tournament, yeah. That's a good point.
Feels a little unreasonable, let's say. Targamas roaming again, level 3 on the Rakan. Jojo's level 6. Just kind of wants to get the wave pushing. He's like, I'll hit you. He's like, yeah, I don't care.
Tryndamere doing Tryndamere things. Kind of just AFK push the lane, slap people when they get close to you. You do get mid-prio, and then Tryndamere's spin allows him to get over the map. That has been reduced a little bit because of the cooldown on his slaps, giving him refreshed on his E for the spin. Not quite as powerful now. Only 75%.
Yep.
But still can get prio pretty consistently against.
Top dive. Flash. Good flash. Broken Blade knows he has to get away there.
Had to be aware of the flash Q followed by impact. Gets the flash out. Still not level 5 either. So if this wave crashes, no TP, Broken Blade knows he's going to be in trouble. So a heads up play for the honey through and then get back to lane. Actually looking for a gank attack.
Yeah, reset here for the tower, I think, for impact. Now sees Broken Blade, and Beck's like, where do I go? Hits the bell, runs away. Gonna get aggressed still, no. Broken Blade now level 6, but doesn't quite have enough rage, so TP gonna walk away. Broken Blade, a nice move though to make sure he can stay in the lane, not having to walk back with no TP, but that does mean EG get the dragon.
Yep, with that pressure from mid lane, you saw Jojopyun doing some work to roam into down there, get some bot control, then move into get the dragon, stacking that up. This game, we didn't really talk about win cons and how they want to play. For G2, yes, they can technically split the silos, but it's mostly a team fight team comp. The two solo laners both do have split potential, but with how split pushing as a strategy has largely fallen off outside hyper-specific champions like a Tryndamere, means that they're probably not going to actually opt into that and be more about the 5v5s for them. For EG, it's about kind of a 4-1 comp. The Tryndamere can split if he gets ahead. People will probably struggle to match him in the side lane. We'll see if he wants to go Hullbreaker. Tryndamere is one of the best abusers of that. We've seen it a couple times, and I think Impact plotted on his Aatrox, actually. So still an option for Jojo if he wants to focus a little bit more on 5v5s, because they do have some good team fight tools.
Yeah, kind of unlike Gwen, who does have ways to navigate through a team fight. Tryndamere doesn't quite have that luxury. You can be a bit of a nuisance, but for the most part, you're like soaking damage, pop your ulti, soak more damage, and hope Danny shot enough people as Tristana to get it going if you have to 5v5, which you don't want to.
And think of it now, the Ezreal pick might have been a reaction. Well, the Ezreal pick was picked first, actually, so not the case. But it is one of the champions that can deal with Tryndamere a little bit better. Just the amount of kiting potential available to him might be able to survive some of the dives, because that's kind of the only target. Otherwise, you're slapping Caps or Broken Blade, which, you can do, but usually Tryndamere wants to assassinate the squishy.
Oh no! Jojo's going in there! Jankos so staple to Caps as always this tournament. Good juke on the chain though. Uses the ghost pretty efficiently. Wants to defend his pink ward. Has no such luck. But he is going to live from the potential attempt on his life. Now Targamas going to get slowed up. Combo in there with the stun, but Rakan, you're going to really CC him until tomorrow if you're going to try and kill him.
These slip-free champs by Targamas, the Pike, now the Rakan, very good about navigating out of situations. Jojo just actually only lost his ghost there. It wasn't too bad because Jankos was not 6. They didn't really have enough CC to lock him up through Jojo's ultimate. They knew that, and I think that's smart by G2, not overcommitting, being like, all right, we got the ghost, chunked him out a little bit. That's all you could realistically get.
I think even the same with the initial invade, actually, that kind of led to that spot. Just sticking together, going in, poking around, right? If you find Inspire, great, you can fight him, but you don't want to overextend, even though Inspired was just above them on the Crocs. And instead, they'll take this control, go ahead, try and get the Rift Herald here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like EG are rushing, because here they come up now, though. Everyone little party through the mid lane. The ward let them know exactly how long they had.
Yeah.
Inspire finished that camp before they forced them off.
Jojo going to hunt down Shelly. Of course, Broken Blade has first move there in the top half of the map. There is ulti up for Impact if he wants to get involved with the team fight earlier, but he's going to have to hoof it down to the bottom half. he does want to get involved.
I think they're going to try and let Caps push a little bit here, and Vulcan will look for an E over the wall. They did see him run through lane, but they might have lost track of if he recalled or not. But G2's bot lane has moved up as well.
Yep. And now Danny's staying down, and this is definitely a classic EG thing, right? Danny's like, I'm not going to spend too much time here. If there are plates for me to get in bottom lane, I'm going to get him. Enjoy the Rift Herald.
Yeah, so you see EG stacking this one up as soon as they realize Targamas has moved his way up there. Now they're going to put their resources down to the bot side, and Flacket was on a reset anyway, so didn't really need to respect the incoming rotation from EG. Just kind of hanging out in the jungle, taking things slow, maybe going to hit red buff a little bit.
Well, apart from the one death, Danny's got to be feeling pretty good, but does need to get gold to really be relevant on the Trist in the team fights. Vulcan is face checking at level 6. Blueana, though, can certainly do this. He's going to start it off.
Whoa.
Great buffer there from Flacket, but over the wall we go with the blast cone. Pops the solo play, gets the cleanse. Jojo's here, gets the slow, but no follow-up. But Inspired also roaming down here. Jojo's still looking to make it happen.
Yeah, going for a red buff contest. It's a little slow, though. G2's done with the Rift Herald, and they can actually go and fight this if they want to. TP into mid lane from Caps.
Inspire going to steal away the red and walk away. Not an overcommitment there as Impact ults the wave here. Broken Blade also ulting the wave, so lots of pushing here in the top half of the Rift as Caps going to intercept Jojo Pune, but he's going to be just fine here. Ulti flash still up. It's going to be tough to pin down this trend.
A surprisingly tense game for the fact that there's not any real stakes on the table. As, I don't know, is that a pun for Medic? I'm trying. I'm not good at these. But yeah, both teams are playing very respectfully. EG moves up to counter G2's Rift Herald. G2 commits more resources. EG then goes weak side. G2 pushes them off the red buff. Inspired still gets it, but no one's over-forcing fights.
Vulcan also tracking Yankos here, as Jojo is a little too low for comfort there. Caps can always hijack your ulti, potentially kill you, so got to be a bit careful, even though I think it would just be a trade of ultis at the end of the day.
And this is where the tempo comes into play. G2 getting that reset off the Rift Herald, like I said, while EG was still contesting the red buff, means that Caps comes back with an item advantage. Jojo hasn't shopped in a while, as well as just the HP deficit. Bot lane needs to get a reset off, and you had a lot of abilities used there by Vulcan, which will allow them to grab turret plates in both bot and mid lane.
Danny returning to lane though, Mythic completed. Ready to go with the Kraken Slayer. Looks like they'll just back away again. Flacken and Targamas understanding where they can and can't be aggressive, as Inspired is going to go ahead and steal the enemy Raptors. And Vulcan is looking for someone. He's found Flacken. He's tanked a bunch of tower hits. He really wants this kill. Out of mana, Soul Flare there, and there's so many people going through. Yankos with the easiest ult of his life as Danny desperately trying to get the kill, but he will not find it. Jumps back in, tries to go Flacken, and instead, Flacken just takes his life.
EG lose their minds with that aggression, charging through the bot lane turret to try and find Flacket alone. I'm not quite sure where they thought G2 went, but Yankos was just over the wall doing the red buff, and I think that was one of the, maybe he eat over the wall. I need to check how he got over, but that was one of the changes, was the ability to hop the wall that was added into the kit of Wukong, which made him viable in the jungle. Maybe utilize that part right there to collapse and save his AD carry, because Flacket was low. It would have been a good fight if people were there, but
space created as Jojo going to get the ulti. Caps has stolen it though, and they're going to pop counter Undying Rages and walk away from each other. Ulti from Ezreal though is looking for the downtown play, and Jojo Pune's actually walking forward, so not going to hit him. He wants the rest of this farm.
So this is one of the advantages of the matchup is, yes, you can steal my ultimate, but I can pop a heal like that at the end of mine. And to do that for Caps, he needs to actually get a Kingmaker proc off, and that's very dangerous to go for. And so here's that play. I'm just surprised to see them go for this, given that it was relatively blind. There's that hop over the wall with the W that you can see there. Yankos utilizing the buffs to the kit that made Wukong strong in the jungle. Gets over the wall, the interrupt. At this point again, Danny knows he can't get the kill, or can't get out, excuse me, so he just goes for the kill. A 0-2 play for them. EG still up gold, actually still in an okay position. CS leads in all 3 lanes. Kills, though, 100% in G2's favor.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. You don't see that often, but it is true. It's 2 dragons and a slight gold lead for EG.
I mean, this is a game where EG got a lot of counter picks. The flex picks that came through was able to get them a lot of advantage. You expect that on a red side draft where you're doing something like this. We talked about G2's comp having pretty strong generalist picks that are going to function well in the 5v5. So not worried at all. You have the Rift Heralds. You have decent control of this game. And for EG, you're kind of on a dragon stacking trend right now.
Yep. Jojo again continuing to fight Caps. Everfrost barely sidestepped, I think, to not get rooted.
Actually very important to do that, because the ultimate with that nerf that came in, still on cooldown. Broken Blade in a little bit of trouble.
We just ulted the wave. Impact in the brush. Maybe the long con here. The barrel is out. Impact, do you have the Yang? No, instead. Trial by 5 for the reset. Flash, auto, Q, not enough. Broken Blade's gonna not get it done, because Impact eats the orange and he's K.
Calculated by Impact there. Gets the kill, the orange to heal up, make sure he doesn't die, the burn tick of Trial by Fire, and an insane passive finishing him off there. Nice solo kill by Impact after getting solo killed a few times by Broken Blade. It's been back and forth actually between these two top laners in the matchups, probably the closest of the matchups so far.
Nice to hear the crowd as well, welcoming Impact home a little as Jojo.
The Busan library memes have been going around. Yeah. I think it's fair to say that it was more on the audio end than the crowd member cheering in some of these situations. I think the Korean crowd has gotten a bit of a bad rap through no fault of their own. But you can hear them now cheering for the solo kill for their old buddy Impact.
Woo! Yay! Vulcan, oh no, more yays perhaps here for G2. Vulcan with a flash, no follow. Caps, oh, he's so good! Hijack flash, ulti, see you later. Caps gonna take out Vulcan, but he's inspired. Double sleep, Jojo Pyun's gonna try and get it done. Does not have the ulti anymore, just forced the pop-up, but he's gonna get one. Danny actually gonna find it. Onto Caps he goes. Silence pretty slippery, but can't get out of this one. No, he can. The rest of G2 are here, and Danny doesn't jump forward, knows he can't front here.
A 4v4 only ends up being a 1 kill for 1 kill. Traded out there.
Ooh, the long con perhaps here for G2. Caps with a very ambitious bait.
Gonna have the ult.
Silas W is pretty good. Oh, Broken Blade finds the alley-oop, and there's just so much CC. Targetman's gonna find it.
They were setting that up so well. You saw the Narbar building up. You could see what they were going to go for. Broken Blade jumps off the minion, slams Danny. He thought he could get out of the angle. He was so close to getting far enough away with his own jump that it would have pushed him just down into the tunnel of that jungle entrance, but he still got stunned up on the wall. That gave time for Caps to get his CC off. Danny getting picked on yet again by G2. They're really into bullying this little kid.
They're really good at killing enemy AD carry, I will say in general. Targetman's just finds so many different angles. Very good at these skirmishes. You can see G2 all working together as Impact and Caps are going to do battle. Impact's feeling pretty good. Got the Triforce. Good dodge there from Caps getting out from under the barrel. He's going to respect the power of this Trinity Force GP.
Definitely have to be careful. Impact is amongst the strongest members on the map. And definitely in a melee range where I get to start with my passive on you versus Caps is going to feel pretty good.
Nice ulti there from Flakid, just continuing to harass EG's bottom lane. The wave, though, is going to get killed. Flakid, though, has his own Triforce, so doing a pretty good amount of damage with the current poke.
So some good lane assignments here. First, we'll take a look at this fight here. Vulcan just caught out of position on the vision game, but Inspired and Jojo are around to support him. So when they go in here, it's definitely a bit of an overcommit. All the team fight abilities are up for EG. You get the nice 2-man sleep, almost a 3-man Caps. I think just timed out on the burn from being able to get that one refreshed. Still, they get that 1 kill onto Jankos. Cleanup kill, and then Danny gets that long chase down bait in the top side. I was about to talk about lane assignments. Both teams sending their bot laners to the mid lane to get a 1-3-1 lane setup. But I also, in particular, like putting Caps against Impact because he's a little bit stronger. You have Impact building the steel Caps, and it's double physical, but you have split magic damage types for G2. So the steel caps from Impact have depreciated value versus Silas, but the steel caps for the Broken Blade will be good versus Tryndamere as well. So there's like these little tiny matchups that you can see G2 optimizing for, which shows their experience in playing these 1-3-1 lane setups out.
Yep. Also G2 managed to take the third dragon away, a pretty important one to make sure EG don't get their hands on, so big slowdown now of the potential Infernal Souls. Jojo is going to trade for a tower. They got the Rift Herald as well. EG decided that they could not play for the top side of the map. Good flash. Targamas, though, continuing to force out summoner spells.
Yeah, no ghost up. I feel like if you had ghost, it's easy. Just take the knock up with your ultimate. You'll be able to ghost out of there and probably not die, but a little bit concerned about getting chain CC'd and chased down. So I respect the flash there by Jojo. Does feel bad after losing that dragon as well. That does stop the EG Drake stacking. I felt like that was one of the options they had in this game. Not the only one, but now the gold lead has continued to grow a little bit. Ooh, TP flank ankle, here we go.
Deep TP, Impact the first target here. Nara's about to cut him off here, but Vulcan and Inspired both here very early now. Broken Blade's gonna show off, and Inspired's like, hang on a second, what's going on? There's a flanking Nar. Cap's gonna steal the ulti. Impact in trouble already in the 1v1, and Inspired's trying to get out of there. Vulcan re-engaging, Cap winning the 1v1, and Impact is gonna fall. Vulcan's gonna die there as well. G2 just there to the play faster, and they will find two.
Yeah, it was a case where both people were collapsing. I think Broken Blade had a really intelligent play of just distracting the 3-man from getting to Caps. Caps can take that 1v1. Like we said, some of those itemization advantages in his favor. Outplays Impact down there, while the other members of G2 collapse on the EG flankers. But Jojo Pyun does get the advantage of just slapping some turrets down.
Should be able to get it here. One more order needed. Does get it. Wants to find Caps as well. Finds the slow. Pops the gun. Gale forces in. He's going for it. Caps doesn't have his ulti yet, but it's up very, very soon. Has he bought enough time? Ace he has. A dying Wraith counterplay there.
G2's not done yet.
Never done. Is Inspire going to get knocked up and shut down by the True Shot Barrage, and EG TP in, but Impact only chasing safety. He has to pop back to the top half of the map.
Caps says to Jojo Pyun, have it writ upon thy meager grave, felled by King Caps, last of all kings.
Extremely well played by Caps. I'm going to guess that the stasis ulti cooldown lined up just about perfectly for him to get that ulti back. Jojo, I love the aggression, but did not work out. Caps just too clean. He's been so good this MSI. So good to get G2 here. And G2 are continuing to harass different people on EG, although Broken Blade once again in a 1v1 with Impact. They've met each other before in NA, now here in MSI. Impact wanting another solo kill. Vulcan is going to go down to Blackhead, but Jojo Pyun's going to sneak on in to steal this one.
Got a little dicey there. I think if Broken Blade didn't run out of hiding space, might have been able to win that one, but the collapse by Jojo Pyun secures that kill. For Vulcan, I can't even speculate how his skull got down there. Between two turrets with no teammates around. I am not quite sure how that... I'll blow that up for you. I think I got the... Whoop.
Yep.
Oh, there's that skull. I don't know why that skull's back there. It looks like a ward.
Circle it for the people at home. Oh, too late.
Sorry.
It's fine. All right, well, let's just 1v1 again. It was a fun one. I like that Impact and Broken Blade are willing to go toe-to-toe.
Nice 35 ping barrel right there. It sniped it perfectly when it was getting down there. That started the trade-off in his favor, but then just doesn't have the flash dash. We don't got time for this.
Caps is sleepy. Does have his Zonies back up though. A lot of damage with Caps. Gonna steal the Lily ulti, get a counter sleep, and it's not enough. Caps finally gonna go down as Impact does. You are kidding me, Caps. You are absolutely absurd, ridiculous, insane, Silas play. Caps is still alive as Inspired finally gets the shutdown.
The 1v3 by Caps baits EG thinking that they had the kill. They did not.
And now Jojo popped the ulti. He's dead. GT continue to find players across the rift. I am so impressed and also a bit mad that I've yeeted my water bottle off this desk. I'm going to have to pick up a fresh one because Caps going to make me run out of breath with plays like that.
The hands of Caps shall brook thee no quarter. As he punishes EG and sets his team up for this Baron play now after the kill on Jojo Pyun. 3v5 or 4 contests, excuse me. No TPs for anyone else to join in here.
Yeah, no TP for Impact. No ulti either. Can't help right now on the GP. Crab goes to Yankos. G2 are going to back away from this Baron. Now they can have vision of EG if they do want to try and start an EG don't dare. Given how G2 have been playing. They're still ahead in gold, by the way. It doesn't feel like it. I think GP passive or GP barrels might be adding to some of that, but...
And turrets are really two big things. Some CS leads, some turrets, but playmaking has been in G2's hands. And we talk about momentum and knowing who feels stronger. I don't think any player in this game thinks EG has a gold lead right now.
No.
Most likely not. Maybe someone's really good at calculating that stuff. But with the Drakes now going in G2's favor, the kills going in G2's favor, the pressure on the map going in G2's favor, like, the gold lead is not the end-all be-all of league stats. It's a great one to use to quickly get an assessment of, oh, who's stronger? But in this game, it's G2 right now.
Oh, I love this! From the Caps POV!
Oh my god. Do I gotta watch this? It's so clean. Just the stopwatch here, right on the last little hit that was about to come in. Like, he's paused at like 40 health, you know, like waiting for that cooldown, gets the reset, kills GP, and you saw Lilia and Leona just be like, hey, you're good from here. And so just Caps popping off.
And then knows, like, can't win here. So he's like, all right, I gotta run. And made the enemy commit another flash. I mean, just to get that shutdown.
You commit the extra flash and you make them take longer. You scrap it out as long as you can, and then if you have an angle to get out, look for it because you can't kill anyone else, and that will make them spend extra resources. Just Caps playing it to the hilt.
All right, well, 2 Executioner's callings, 2 items for Impact and Jojo. It's actually a hull breaker for Impact, curiously. So not yet for Jojo, has the quick blades instead, but I imagine we're going to have some sort of 4-1 or 1-3-1 formation for EG. But as you've alluded to already, Mark, G2 are very well versed in that style.
Yeah, G2 with this advantage, you can see it's getting tougher for Impact in the 1v1, even versus Broken Blade. Multiple members are now struggling. Broken Blade able to force out the Ghost.
Pops the heal. Jojo doesn't have to commit the ulti yet. Inspired here with Vulcan. Targamas the target. Danny up here as well, but don't want to overcommit. G2 again. It's a 3v3, right? Jojo can't really stick around, so they're going to take the weak tower there and G2 back away.
G2 back away, but getting pressure around this Baron. I wonder how quickly they're going to want to go for it. They don't really have anyone great for taking it. I guess Yankos is your best option. Broken Blade if he's a Meganar, but you'll probably have him kind of splitting or putting pressure. I can see them just continue to go to Dragon. I mean, this is a game you can kind of slow play from here. If EG can't win fights and don't have pressure, their comp doesn't do anything. It's like designed to split, but the split has fallen apart now, it feels like. And your comp is strictly better in 5v5s as well. So you've taken away the enemy win con, it feels like. So you don't need to force the Baron, but I mean, G2 is also not the kind of team to really play slow when they can step on the gas.
Why go slow when fast just as good or better?
Why win slow when you can win fast?
Exactly.
Yeah. You're going to win either way. So, you know, just pedal to the metal.
Anyway.
They died a bunch of times around Baron as well against EG. Game 2 and Game 3 did have kind of Baron throws, so I could see the extra reservation. But as a totally unbiased commentator, I really think they should hard force Baron.
All right, well, I have an eye on Danny's inventory. Still only 2.5 items, but often, you know, we look at these kind of games, you think, there's no way. There can't be a Danny angle. And then inevitably, at least domestically, there was, in fact, a Danny angle, especially on this kind of champion. I think if there is one, it's going to be a real tough one to try and find. But there is always faith in the youngster to deliver in the 5v5 when it matters. Just going to be rough here as, again, EG are still sticking to the 1-3-1. That means the 3 have to stay very safe, which is a tough ask against G2.
Yeah, also Inspired has not been super strong, so while he does have his core items done of the Liandry's Demonic combo, he's also just not like a burst mage, and so you can kind of prioritize armor, as you see Broken Blade going for, and just the flat health that you'll kind of get in your Meganar form, even though you're getting burned down for % max HP, you know, like, you probably don't need to worry about Inspire from itemization angle. We'll have to see if he's able to carry some of these fights.
All right, well, GP's got some alone time here, but G2 continuing to stay active between the lanes and try and keep tabs on Jojo specifically, right? He's kind of the softest target, arguably, in some of these side lanes. Caps with an attempt over the wall.
Sick watch out Eep there by Inspired to hop out of that.
Little bounce away from Lilia. And look at Impact. Like, look at the respect he's showing, right?
Yeah.
Has to leave.
Absolutely. The push from mid is in G2's favor, so that collapse, given that you also don't have your turret, is a very long rundown if you try and stay away a little too long. I like G2 putting a little bit more focus, like you said, on Jojopyun. Sit on the Tryndamere. You're much more concerned about his split push taking an inhibitor than you are about Impact really doing that.
Yep. And with the lane that Jojo is pushing, right, this top side, he's already taken the tier 2. It's just so much more effort to coordinate a push all the way down through that long top lane to try and threaten that.
And Impact's even gone for the Hullbreaker GP build. So kind of committing more to that 1-3-1 style. I was talking about his Aatrox one. GP as well is a champion that does have really good team fighting, so it's a little surprising to see him do that, but I guess that's just a concession that, like, we're probably not going to beat EG this way, but I can't help but wonder
what could have been.
What could have been? Maybe a team fight? We'll see.
Team fight. Oh, look at Vulcan. Fade back there onto Flack, and he goes. Very creative. But now Jojo's spinning in. They're trying to 5v5. EG doing what they know, but I don't think they have the comp to do it. Jojo does kill Jankos and get away, though. But Vulcan's dead, so it's a 1-for-1 as Caps. Looking for the sleep. Finds the Everfrost. Stolen Danny's ulti actually wants the big burst of damage. Caps letting it rip, but he doesn't go for it yet. Inspired with the stasis, keep himself alive, but Danny eats so much quicker. Caps, he's just walking forward. That damage, ridiculous, but not enough to take down Danny.
So aggressive by G2 there. Ends up being a 1-for-1. Jojopyun able to survive on the front line with the use of his ultimate, kills Jankos. Still comes out better for G2 though, able to grab the turret on the back end of it. Dragon is up as well. They'll get the third Infernal Dragon, keep stacking them up. So many members can use that effectively on their team. 4 out of the 5 very happy with extra offensive stats. And you can see it was a clever engage by Vulcan. I think what he was going for there just didn't end up working out. And now EG just didn't have any actual way to follow up. Impact missed the barrel, all that. So now it's just back to wave clear duty, trying to stem the bleeding. But I think G2, like I said, you don't really need to go Baron. You're going to get Infernal Soul most likely in 5 minutes. So just keep the pressure up. I really like the last 10 minutes out of G2 being more focused on controlling EG.
Broken Blade, such a bully. Just chilling in the brush. He's about to go Mega. Impact feels a bit more comfy stepping forward once again. As Jojo is snuck into this brush. Jankos is the person he's found. Danny's here as well. Jankos should be fine to get away. Does have flash as well. Solarflare going for it. That's the wrong one. Jankos is going to lose his clone. The EG don't overcommit there for potential play.
A lot of decent angles thus far for EG in some of these pick-off situations, but just haven't been able to land some of the critical abilities to make them happen. Now, G2 has regrouped. There's a little moment off the reset where that could have worked, but now that they're together, Targamas and Jankos able to get some vision control. So here's the idea. He's going to ride the E from Targamas near Flacket. So he takes it here, flash Q follow right then, but the ultimate onto the double knockback was a really good idea, but just didn't actually have any follow-up damage from anyone. No one was in range enough, and so he's going to die, but it did bait Jankos into going in for Jojo Pyun to finish off, and there's a close fight from there. Wow, they're just burning this down.
Yep, that's enough, I think. They've got the damage, they've got the vision. EG looking like they're going to be late here. They're going to find out very late, but yeah, they're done. The Baron's over. GP ulti, yep, not going to steal that one. As Jankos has the smite, takes the Baron. G2 off to the races once again. Vulcan now on the front line, completely pinned down by 5.
Nice steal there by the Caps on the ultimate. Leona locking him down, just picking EG apart, it feels like now. Catching them on their own reset, getting the Baron for free. 5 men alive, and you get a free Baron. That means that you have out-macroed the hell out of someone.
Yeah, such a nice thing, right? G2 have like kind of not been playing towards the Baron, been at the Dragon, been playing a bit slow, and then they mix it up completely, play fast, get the Baron, and now this happens.
Right, yeah. If there's 5 men alive and you get a Baron, either it's the biggest wallet diff in the game, which as you can see, it is not a wallet diff.
Nope.
That means it's a macro diff, and G2 just outbrained them.
Jojo in trouble. G2 pushing in here with the Red Bull Baron, trying to end the game at this point. Might not even get to the soul. Caps is going ultra deep. He's got the ulti. Targamas is going in there as well. Perhaps a touch ambitious from the gamers. As G2 are going to get the in here, but will they lose more? They've lost 2 already. Flacken looking to get out here. He's low on mana, but he's got enough for shift. And now Jankos is the target that gets slowed. Wukong still getting slowed up by the Parlor. Jankos, I think, knows he has to sacrifice himself and will get a kill on the way out. Very fancy stuff there from Jankos, but Inspired will finally get him dead.
Alrighty, Caps. A little over-aggressive there, going past Nexus turrets next to the Fountain, trying to assassinate Jojo Pyun. Ends up kind of baiting his team into giving up 3 kills there for only Impact's death.
Ooh,
Will also still have the Baron.
Danny in trouble. Mini now not that tanky. Flacken though fighting. Oh no, Flacken I think he's got enough. Buster shot's nice, but Danny now flashes in, finds himself an outplay, and now Vulcan gonna pop the lock and look for Flacken.
Oh
but
my
the
God!
shot barrage. Flacken outplays the 1v2.
Lines him up and shoots him down. Flacket there blows up EG's bot lane by himself and salvages that play. Flacket has been somewhat of the unsung hero this tournament for G2, being absolutely incredible. 6-0-4, making huge plays and being safe while doing it.
So a nice, wonderful, aggressive Danny play to get himself a kill, and then Flacket says, anything you can do, I can do this.
Yeah, that was such a nice ultimate there, lining them up. As we take a look now to start this off, you can just see Jojo Pyun getting his ult forced out very early on. I can understand where Caps is like, great. You can see him already beelining to where he knew Jojo Pyun was going to go. Yesterday, we were talking about teamfight flow. That is the example of his ultimate's forced out. He has to run back to his fountain. I'm going to start heading there already. Only problem is the rest of EG is still alive, so they can kind of CC him up there. I appreciate Targamas being a bro and being like, I'm going, you're going, we're going, let's go for it. And it doesn't work. Jankos does salvage what he can from this play as the chase down and base defense comes through for EG.
Nice little finisher here. Flash Q.
Extra range, baby.
Hey.
So this play
this is so nice.
by Flacket is actually so smart. There's some plays happening in the mini-map. I don't care. So he lands the W onto Danny here, and you're going to line up to body block a Mystic Shot. But that also puts them in line for his ultimate, and so as soon as Flacket sees that, he starts buffering the ult through Vulcan's stun. So it's going to go off no matter what, and because they're lined up to avoid the Q poke instead, the ult rips through both of them.
Yeah, really, really nice hit on there for Flacket. 6-0-4 on the game so far in this Ezreal. 4 items done, stopwatch in hand. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, he's looking strong.
Looking pretty good. Impact in trouble. G2 trying to hoof it towards 2 different members of EG. Jojo not so lucky to get away. Gonna have to fight his way out onto Targamas. Does get the ulti down, keeps going, hits Broken Blade. Just has to go for it, gets the kill onto Targamas. Gets the Q, heals himself up. EG actually get away with one there.
EG doing what they can. Jojo Pyun putting the team on his back a little bit here. Soul Point is up now for G2, and Jojo doesn't have his ult. A lot of cooldowns.
Have to fight for this. Solar Flow lands to impact. Orange is out for the 2-shot barrage. Nice to land up by Flacken. Broken Blade goes in. Buster shot kicks him out. But Flacken's going to try and end this game. Over the top goes Caps. Flacken with the pincer. And now Flacken going back in Inspired. Needs to get this dragon. He does find it. And now he's going to keep on going. He's going to die. There's nothing else left here. But he did steal the soul.
He stopped Soul Point. Both teams on 3 dragons. Caps wants someone. Can't find anyone right now. Dan should have his jump up in a second.
See ya.
The AP ratio is coming up big there. Blows Danny's head off with that shot. Broken Blade, Flacket, and Caps in a 3v1. 15 on Vulcan on the next spawn. It's on Jojo to try and save this one.
2 super minions. Gonna be tough for Jodo to clear this wave. No ulti. Oh, actually does have it coming back up now. Captain's gonna dive him. Jodo's gonna try and fight his way out. Pops the Undying Rage. He just needs the wave here, but they're gonna get him away from it. They know what to do. They're kiting it out, and G2 are gonna take the game again. Legendary here for Black and Ezreal. Vulcan's gonna die as he picks up the double, and G2 still looking undefeated on my screen. They'll take down EG again.
Another win, up to 7-0 for G2.